Peruvian food is like a punch. It has an impact. It has every time you taste something, it's with everybody. You're gonna feel the flavor. We use a lot of spices. There is a lot of types of cuisines in Peru. Like we have chifa, which is Peruvian Chinese food, or we have Nikkei, which is Peruvian Japanese food. Whenever they come here to Chullo, when I give them the menu, I always tell them there's something here that you gotta like. Two of our most popular dishes are gonna be the lomo saltado and the ceviche. So the lomo saltado, it's a Peruvian Chinese fusion. It's sirloin sauteed with onions, tomatoes, cilantro, and then we add some soy sauce, some vinegar, and Peruvian spices. And then we have the ceviche, which is our most traditional dish. We marinate the fish with lemon juice, and then we season it with some garlic. We put some onions, we accompany that with Peruvian corn, and then also sweet potatoes. People can come and they can feel home. Like we can bring just a little bit from Peru in each plate that we serve.
So how did you find this little gem?
Well, my husband has his own company. He's kind of in the restaurant business. So he finds out when new places are opening. So we just decided to try it because he heard that they were going to be a family-owned restaurant. Once you get inside, it's very sparse, very few tables, very authentic. They are from Peru. So they know what they're doing. We just loved it, and we just love going back to it.
All about the food there.
Oh yeah. There's certain things that you can get there that I don't know where they get it, like the giant corn that they have. It's
right.
like, where do you get this?
They've got their hookups.
Yeah.
Paige, what did you think about the atmosphere when you walked in the restaurant?
It's not overly fancy or dramatic, but you kind of get that feeling when you walk in that the food's going to be good. It's like, we don't care about, the decor too much. We're here to eat the food.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, I would concur. And then they had their little press clippings on the wall showing even the dishes and the reviews from the various magazines and newspapers.
Yeah,
so
they've got some great attention.
It was easy to say, "Oh, I want that." What's that?
Because you can't pronounce
the same
it.
thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of that, what did you have first?
We had this papa reina for an appetizer, and I would say it was a size of an ostrich egg type thing, and it was a deep fried potato ball, I guess. I'll liken it to a knish almost. And it was mashed potatoes inside and then deep fried on the outside, stuffed with this just awesome ground beef and raisin and I think olive mixture. So you had the sweetness from the raisins, the little brininess and saltiness from the olives. I mean, even my 6-year-old daughter just kept going back for more.
Nice. Well, it's taters.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
You're going to love that. It's also a very traditional Peruvian dish, so I'm glad you got that. What did you get first?
For the appetizer, we shared a couple, but I'll talk about the chicharrón because it was kind of this cuts of pork and then sweet potato, really thinly sliced, almost like a potato chip, and then some like onion slaw in the middle. And just overall, the restaurant, to start with that, the cuts of meat were so good. Like all of the meat that I ate was so fresh and cooked really well.
Well, chicharrón is often just the skin, deep fried skin, so it's almost puffy like potato chips. But Peruvian, this interpretation of it was actually the belly, so sort of like bacon, if you will, that has been deep fried. So I found it to be very meaty and moist and good, especially when you pair it up with that onion slaw and
that onion slaw was
sweet potatoes.
Was almost pronounced in every dish. They had it with the paparina and then I think some of our main dishes as well.
Everyone knew that I went there and had onions for a couple days. Sarah, what did you have?
I had a type of potato cake. You could either get chicken in it or you could get crab in it, and I got the chicken. And it's small, and it's got avocado slices on the outside, and inside it's got layers of hard-boiled eggs, and it's just amazing.
It was like a little torta or a little
kind
stack
of. And
or
it's
something
got
like
this
that.
yellow sauce on it that we can't figure out what's in the sauce.
Very exotic, very interesting.
Very good.
I found that too. And what did you go to next after that?
Ceviche.
Ceviche.
I love ceviche, yes. And it was very tart and a little bit spicy. It was very good. Any kind of seafood is.
And Peruvians are known for their ceviche,
Yes,
actually,
they are.
and all different interpretations. What's interesting about Peruvian cuisine is there's a large Japanese influence there. And so there is that influence, and you're going to get spices and the crudos and the things like that down there. So that's interesting that you got that. Very classic. What did you do, Paige?
Well, I actually have a friend from Peru, and he has cooked me lomo al saltado before, so that's what I chose on the menu because I wanted to try it in a restaurant setting, and it was phenomenal. It's kind of a mixture of steak or beef, and then French fries and tomatoes, and then there's kind of a pyramid of white rice on the side. So I would call it kind of a stir fry in a way, but it has a really nice sauce on it, probably from cooking the meat to mix in with the rice. It was delicious.
Yeah, a little braising. How did it match up with your friends?
It was better.
Oh, on TV, I got her to say it.
Ouch, yeah.
We're in trouble now. Good, I'm glad I got you. All right, Adam.
Well, not knowing much about the cuisine, I stuck with something that looked somewhat familiar, arroz con pollo, and it had cilantro rice and had some peas and carrots, and my wife had this pesto cream pasta with a flank steak, and it was outstanding. So just seeing the different influences and not really sure what this Peruvian cuisine is all about, and knowing that there's some familiarity
Yeah, nice surprises.
in there, nice surprises, absolutely. And the side of the dish came with these two almost discs, fried discs of potatoes, and it had a yellow sauce on it. I'm not sure if that's the same.
Probably.
And it almost looks hollandaisey, and but it's kind
Yes.
of cold. It's not really warm
Right, it's
like
sort
I
of
was
like
thinking.
a chili mayonnaise. I mean,
Right.
not saying that accurately, but that's similar to what you might experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it definitely lent itself to a different taste on the palate.
Desserts, Paige?
Desserts, we had two, and we did the same thing that Adam mentioned with the Phoenix New Times articles all over the wall. We kind of pointed and said, we'll have that. And I believe it was called Alfador.
Yeah, we had that as well.
And I think it might be something very traditional to Peru, but it's almost like two shortbread cookies sandwiching some dulce de leche, I would say, and it was really delicious.
Very well done. Dulce de leche.
Yeah, it was with the powdered sugar, very similar to maybe a flattened Mexican wedding cookie or something like that.
But not dry or hard.
Right.
It was really crumbly and mixed well with the cream inside.
And again, our daughter kept digging.
Sounds like she got right into it.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Sarah?
We had the flan,
Oh,
their version of the flan. It was quite large, and it had the caramelized sugar poured across the top of it, and it was very rich and very dense, and it was really delicious.
Yeah, well,
Quite
their
good.
desserts are interesting. I had actually they described it as sort of a Peruvian peach. Kind of tasted somewhere between peach and plum. It was really something. I can't pronounce it, I'm sorry. But
That's my problem with a lot of them.
yeah, it was awesome. If you would like to try El Chullo Peruvian Restaurant and Bar, reservations are accepted for groups of 4 or more, and the average tab for dinner is $30 without drinks.